you guys ready for your headliner of the evening? Oh man, that's weak. Are you guys ready for your headliner of the evening? The next time I come to the stage is another Denver comedian. She runs her own nonprofit, man. She's doing God's work. The art of comedy. Check her out. Everybody give another nice, warm Moxie welcome to Miss Helen Reicher.
How are you? You're out of the house on Saturday night, partying? Fuck yeah. I'm excited. I'm glad to be out of the house. Had full makeup on and pants and everything. It's pretty great. I'm doing pretty good. I've never been more financially stable than I am right now. I have a good day job. I'm miserable. That's what I am. The thought of having a house with a guest room and a little yard for my dog, that sounds pretty sweet. But the thought of that doesn't get me off. Get me off. Like literally. Like one time, well, let me preface with that I did a bunch of dabs and ate an edible. I decided, do my thing. And, I was thinking about the normal things you think about when you do that. And suddenly, somehow, my mind went to comedy. In my head, I'm in this big-ass auditorium. Every word I say is golden. And the crowd's just loving me. And at the end, they're just chanting my name. They're just like, Helen, Helen, Helen. I'm just like, yes, yes, yes. And so, yeah, my job doesn't do that for me. No, actually, I'm recording this. So if you could remember, I'm going to need to use that later. I've been masturbating to the same video for 2 years. And my gas stash is a little depleted. So laugh loud. I'll enjoy it later. No, I don't have to do that because I have a boyfriend. And he lives with me. It's great. No, I'm kidding. Things are going good. It's been 6 months and he hasn't annoyed me once. So I know, I'm a bitch. I'm not the easiest person in the world. I'm a bitch. I'm easy to annoy. Yeah. So it's pretty good. We survived COVID together after 2 months of dating. We decided to ride it out together. So he just laid in bed with me for 7 days while I puked once an hour. If I was a dog, he would have put me down. Seriously, if your dog was just puking every hour for 7 days, and you took him to the vet and nothing they did helped, you'd be like, sorry, Sparky. It's time to go. Yeah. I don't even think I 3 days. 3 days. No, I'm going to make this relationship work. I'm old, I'm tired. I just can't be back out there anymore, okay? I'm not saying I'm settling or anything. I'm just saying that I'm finally willing, I see the benefit of doing a little work, to keep things going. Because I can't be back out there in the world with sexting and dick pics and toilet pics. Now, I'm sure you nice people here in Greeley don't know what toilet pics are. Do not Google it. Don't Google it. A man online once offered to be my toilet. Yeah, he wanted to eat my shit. That's what's waiting for me out there at 43. So I'm gonna make this shit work, I'm tired. My family's traumatized by my dating history, just traumatized. Like my mom doesn't even want to know their name till I've dated them for a year. I mean, you secretly marry one toothless meth addict after 6 weeks of dating. Suddenly everyone's concerned about your ability to pick an appropriate partner. My true love is alcoholics, though. Used to be. I love a good mess, I'm real good at organizing, cleaning stuff up. Last time I was single, I thought about maybe just going to some AA meetings. Maybe hang outside the rehab. At least that way I'm catching them on the upswing, you know. I thought about offering my services too, kind of like a drug sniffing dog, but like an alcoholic sniffing person. Basically, if you have any family or friends, male, female, whatever, it doesn't matter to me, you just bring them my way, and if I'm even remotely attracted, it's probably time you have a talk with us. Probably time to get them some help. Now, I've gotten better. I'm too old and tired to help somebody else. I can barely take care of myself. Now I've learned to be better. It was an active choice I had to make to just not date losers. Like, the sex is so good, though, you know? You know, when they're crazy, it's not just dudes, okay? There's not just women that are better at sex when they're crazy. Dudes, too. And then I'm crazy. And then the two of us together, that's real hot. I don't know if there's like a porn category for that. You know, maybe some schizo on schizo. A little bipolar gangbang. I'm sure it exists. I haven't looked. I guarantee you it's there. No, I had a date where we went on the first date, and you know, I picked him up just on the side of the street. I think it was in front of his house. I don't know. And we just drove to a parking lot and sat there and talked. But it was good. I asked him, I have some questions. Look, I'm 43, I'm old, and I'm tired. I just want to get, like, I don't want to waste time. I just don't, you know what I mean? So I have, like, these questions that I asked dudes pretty quickly. Like, maybe second date. Sometimes first date, just depends. I broke them out right away with this guy. Like, the first one's like, are you a Joe Rogan fan? Because depending upon that answer, there's no reason to continue with the rest, you know. Have you ever been to jail or prison, and if yes, why? He wasn't a Joe Rogan fan, so. And he had been to prison for 5 years for armed robbery. When he was 19, he robbed a liquor store or some shit. And I was like, should I even continue with the questions? I got nothing better to do. Are you now, or have you ever been an alcoholic or a drug addict? He drinks so much vodka, like if he doesn't drink it, he's got the shakes. And I was just like, get out of my car. Like, no more questions. Get the fuck out of here. Don't kiss me, don't touch me, don't look at me, because I'm gonna fall in love. I don't even want to smell you. Smell like whiskey and cigarettes. Like a man. Why? Why does that do it for me? Can we just make a cologne? Like, call it Drunk Loser at the bar? The loser at the bar cologne. All you nice guys that can't get a date. All these women are always dating these assholes. It's because they smell like whiskey and cigarettes. No. I've been married 3 times. Trace marriage. The first time I was young, I was pregnant. Classic, you know, I'm from Kansas. That's how we do it. The second time, I don't have an explanation. I just lost my fucking mind and married a meth addict after 6 weeks. Secretly, I was too embarrassed to tell anyone. I was ashamed. I knew it was wrong, but I did it anyway. Did not last long. It finally ended when he told me that I was so intimidating that it was emasculating and it made it difficult to get an erection. And I said, well, quit being a little bitch. It's not my fault you're not a real man. Then I pulled the divorce papers out of the drawer, ready to go. Like, let's go get this notarized at the grocery store. This is over. You don't cook, you don't clean, you don't work, and now you're not gonna fuck me? Like, what's the point of you? Like, Get out of here. I don't need another appendage. I'm good, thank you. I got 4 fucking kids, and that's enough. The third marriage, I got married to save taxes. It's romantic, isn't it? Look, I figured out why I date the alcoholics and stuff. It's because when you're with an alcoholic or an addict and they get to a low point, they're like, help me, I can't life. And they just give you power. They give you their life. And you do everything for them, but you have complete control over everything. The problem is that you build them back up, right? And then they're like, hey, I'm doing great now. I'd like my life back. And you're like, no, he gives you backseas. It's mine now. And then the fighting starts, and then you break up. That was my cycle. But now the third wedding was very romantic. We just went to the courthouse and said some shit. It was cool. Then we went up in the mountains and got real high. It's definitely my favorite wedding. I mean, how was I going to have a real wedding? First of all, it's like my third marriage. I'm going to invite everyone to come watch me tell yet another person. I'm going to be with them till I die. They all know I'm lying, and then I'm going to leave as soon as it gets hard. I just can't even deal with that kind of negativity around me. My family would be just like daggers. They wouldn't even come. It would be terrible. No, if I was going to have a wedding, what would I do? Like, the invitations would say, we crunched the numbers, come on down. The placemats would just be a printout of a spreadsheet of the cost analysis of married versus not married. The gift bags would be like a red line stapler with some pencils. Those good pencils. They have a weird name. They're the best. Yeah! I have a child that's the only pencils he'd use. It was a good time. Then the cake would just be like, the wedding topper would just be like, it'd be like an adding machine with the bride and groom in smart business wear. So romantic. No, we never actually got to file a joint return. So it was all for nothing. We didn't even make it. Yeah, it's really funny. Like, after I married him, he just stopped working, stopped cleaning, just did nothing, and then wanted me to fuck him all the time. I'm like, why? What's the point of you? Not again. God damn it. No, he wanted to fuck all the time. He would have been fine with that, but I thought it was my antidepressants. I just didn't think about sex. It was amazing. My mind was so freed up to think about other things. I got so much shit done. So when I found out I was going to be single, I was going to get divorced, I was like, this is going to be amazing. I'm just going to focus on comedy. I'm going to get so much shit done. Oh man, it's going to be great. And as soon as I was single, I was like, man, there sure is a lot of dick out here. Has there always been this much dick? I think I've been in a coma. Turns out I just didn't want to fuck my husband. Classic. He was right. I seriously thought it was the antidepressants, but it was him. I was raised Pentecostal. Is anybody familiar with this religion? Yeah. Not like the people that dance with snakes. They weren't that crazy. Speaking in tongues, dancing around. Yeah, my grandpa was a preacher, so that was fun. Especially when I'd fuck up, and my dad would tell him about it. He'd call me out in the middle of church and be like, the Lord's telling me that somebody here needs prayer, and they're too afraid to come forward. And I'd be like, oh, shit. Somebody's going down the wrong path. Sister Helen. Like, no, Grandpa, I'm good. No, you need prayer. And they would just come at you, the people, because they gotta lay their hands on you, right? So they just like pile up on each other, just like one. And if they can't get their hand on you, they'll put it on the person in front of them, I call it a Pentecostal dog pile. It was pretty cool though, because my grandpa always had the Holy Ghost come in at the same time every Sunday. I was like, what kind of pull does my grandpa have? It was like, he preaches, they turn down the lights, that's not creepy. And then they start speaking in tongues. I just like to imagine like the Holy Ghost is waiting behind, out behind the doors, and he's just like, you got this. Just like last week, you're gonna fucking nail it. Oh, shouldn't say that. All right. He just comes in the doors, just kicks open the sanctuary doors, and he's like, you're gonna speak in tongues, and you're gonna speak in tongues, we're all speaking in tongues. Just erupts. One time, a guy got filled with the Holy Spirit and ran towards the pulpit, and then he passed out and hit his head on the thing, and then was in the hospital with a coma for 6 weeks and died, and left his family with a lot of debt. And I was like, that doesn't seem right. Maybe this is bullshit. I'm not sure. Where was God? Your head was hitting the pew. But it's all right. His wife remarried well. She was way too hot for him. They got married young before she realized, it's not worked out. Marriage is not for me. It doesn't make me stay, obviously, if I don't like you anymore. I don't care. Life's too short. This isn't fun anymore. I'm gonna leave. This sucks. You're unhappy, I'm unhappy. Let's just not do this anymore. It's really great now that I don't have children with the people I'm dating. It's pretty awesome because I can just leave and then never talk to them again. When you have kids with somebody, that's the thing I didn't think about when I had my children. It's not the responsibility of the children. It's the tie to that person for the rest of your life. Amen. Yeah. And I know a guy who's had 6 women have had 6 abortions because of him with 5 different women. And I was like, dude, no one wants to have your baby. It's you. They're not afraid to be mothers, okay? They're afraid to have you in their life forever. Yeah. Marriage isn't for me. I don't know. I might do it again. It's going to have some other benefit besides just love. Like taxes. I'm an accountant. That's what I do during the day. I was going to say something about that earlier, but I forgot. No, I'm an accountant, so I legit made a spreadsheet of married versus not married. And brought it home and said, we should get married, I'll save $5,000. And he said, okay. And we got married. We came to Colorado. Yeah. Didn't last a year. Didn't see that coming. What a shocker. I think it's work. I think being married is make me more likely to leave. Because everything you do that annoys me, I'm gonna be like, I'm stuck with this for fucking ever. I can let it go if I think it's temporary, if I feel like I have the option. Look, I wake up every day and choose to be with my boyfriend. I'm surprised I even like men. I mean, some of you might be too, but look, the closer I let a man get to me, the more likely he is to murder me. That's just facts. Okay, those are statistics. I can't help what reality is. Okay, I'm sorry. So it just makes no sense that I would date men and be alone with them. The biggest threat to women is men. One time I was doing a show in St. Louis, my mom wanted me to have one of the comedians that was performing with me. I was the only female. Walk me back to the car. I said, oh, among those acquaintances I know? No, thank you. I'll take my chances with the homeless people. Now, I miss comedy. I miss it so much. I used to be on the road. I used to lived in my SUV. It was so fun. I had no bills or responsibilities. It was great. Comedy's allowed me to be who I truly am. Just a real piece of shit. I leaned into that, you know? I was leaning into the piece of shit thing. It was great. I was doing just the minimum, you know? I didn't have no kids. They're grown. I can do whatever the fuck I want. If you don't have children, you can do whatever the fuck you want for as long as you want. Play video games 8 hours a day. It doesn't fucking matter. As long as you're not being a burden on anybody else, do whatever the fuck you want. Like, I don't have a problem with people that don't want to have children. I'm like, yes, don't. I mean, I love my kids. I have 4 of them. I love them. They're great. I'm glad I had children. I wanted children very badly. So that's what you have to have children, because there's a lot of great things, but when the bad shit happens, you have to really want them. Or you'll kill them. That's what happens when people have children and they shouldn't. They drown them in bathtubs. It's true. No. Sometimes, every once in a while it works out and she's like, oh, I was destined to be a mother. But no, really, no. It's not the case. No, I really wanted kids. It's just that, like, bad things happen, like when my 7-year-old Googled naked girls. I wasn't prepared. I thought I had a few years before he's going to be disgusting. I mean, he's going to be a man. I knew it would happen eventually, right? But he's 7. There's no father in the home. I divorced his ass. So. I don't know what to say to this kid. I sat him down. I panicked. I said, look, buddy, a lot of those women have been abused and they're on drugs and they're just not happy to be doing that. He said, well, they look pretty happy in the videos. And I was like, videos? I thought you were just looking at pictures. I didn't even think about videos. So I just threw the computer away. I wasn't going to go clean that hard drive. I didn't want to know what my 7-year-old baby had looked at. No, thank you. Put a password on the new computer, never talked about it again. Then when he was 15, we graduated to sending and receiving naked pictures, which at the time they were cracking down on kids. You know, it's child pornography. And so I was like, you can't do that, it's child pornography. I showed him news articles, but he just kept doing it. My friend was like, just look at his phone. I was like, I don't want to invade his privacy, you know? And the way I found his phone laying in my bathroom. You have to understand, my sons had their own bathroom to be disgusting in and piss all over. But for some reason, my son liked to shit in my bathroom. So I was like, privacy invaded, game on. What's on your phone? I opened it up and bam, was a picture of his dick. I was just awash with different emotions. I was angry, he took the picture. I was angry, he was in the bathroom. But at the same time, I was like, that is my boy. I'm just saying he doesn't take after his dad. That's all I know. Mostly I'm angry, though, obviously. Mostly I'm angry. So I go and I find him, he's in his room playing video games with his friends. It was perfect. These moments are so rare in parenting. And I said, is this a picture of your dick? Did you take a picture of your dick in my bathroom? Was your bathroom not appropriate for the production and distribution of child pornography? You had to use my bathroom? So I broke the camera on his phone. We never talked about it again. That's my parenting advice. When in doubt, just wait it out. There's no reason to talk about it. It's gonna be fine. That's what therapists are for, okay? They're worth every fucking penny, okay? They have a lot of student loan debt. asshole and talk to your kids. Take them to the professionals. You're not equipped. No one's equipped. Boys are disgusting. Girls are expensive. Anybody here ever dudes penis owning people? It really has to be a penis owning person for it to work. But anybody ever playing video games and just instead of getting up and going 10 feet to the bathroom and just peeing whatever's laying around? Anybody? No, just my sons? Cool. Not once have I told that joke and someone's like, yeah, I relate. One time it was a 2-liter just full to the brim. It had a lid on it, thankfully. But it was a Mountain Dew 2-liter. I was real confused. When did I buy a 2-liter Mountain Dew? I'm like, oh, that's not Mountain Dew. So once again, I'm walking to the house with a 2-liter full of Mountain Dew. And I'm like, who pissed in this 2-liter? And neither of your kids would admit to it. I was like, look here, motherfuckers. We're the only 3 people in this house. Okay, I didn't pee in a hole that big. It had to be one of you two. They wouldn't admit to it, so it must be that disgusting ghost we have in the house. You know, they don't tell you about that when you get kids. You get a disgusting ghost when they're about 11 or 12. It shits in the toilet without flushing, leaves dishes in the sink, and in my house, pissed in 2 liters. We have the ghost of Howard Hughes. That's Howard Hughes, the aviator. Pissed in jars. Okay. Sometimes people get it. Howard Hughes, look it up. There's a movie, it's really good. He pees in jars and loses his mind. That was my children. Never once did I get a deposit back. Not once. They pay pet deposits. Fuck that. If I was a landlord, I wouldn't pay kid deposit. Even if they're teenagers. I mean, the last time I moved my kids, I found a giant head-sized hole behind the lug seat in their living room. Yeah. Because they were fighting over a video game, shoved his head through the wall and just put the couch in front of it. Part of me was mad, but part of me was just happy they didn't bother me with it. I couldn't do anything about it. I can't fix a hole in the wall. And then I just would have been pissed off for 6 months and been like, God damn that fucking hole. Never gonna get my deposit back. For 6 months. No one needs to do that, so it's fine. I mean, sometimes when my kids were little, I was a little too supportive. I just really wanted them to do activities and do stuff, you know? So if they were into something, I was like, good, this will keep you off drugs and not get pregnant, yay! That was the goal. No teen parents. I made it. No teen. My youngest is 19, but they're not going to knock anybody up. So, yeah. No teen parents. It's pretty awesome. I don't want grandchildren, so I'm cool. I'm not grandma material. The only kind of cookies I bake have weed in them. I'm just not grandma material. I'm not. No, I love my kids. They're great. They really are. I'm glad they're grown and it's over, but babies are cute. I can hang out with babies all day. I'll change diapers. I don't care. Teenagers. You think you're not going to survive. I had 4 of them. Plus pregnancy and shit. No, I mean, you got to really want it to go through. It's a fucking nightmare, okay? You puke all the time. You get fat. I permanently pee on myself now. It's good times. That's what I'm saying. You gotta want kids. There's a lot of damage that happens to your fucking body. I wasn't fully prepared. Obviously, I knew something was gonna happen. Like my first one, about 2 o'clock in the morning, I gotta see what this little bundle of joy had done to me. And I looked down. I was just like, oh god, that is sticking out a good 4 inches. Ooh, it's never gonna go back in there. What have I done? I'm like 19, you know? I called my mom crying. I was like, it's never gonna go back in. She's like, yes, it will. It'll go back in. You're gonna breastfeed. It'll be fine. It'll go right back up in there. It's like, it was never gonna look the same. She said, yeah, you just pushed a baby out of your hoo-ha. Why would you think it's gonna look the same, Helen? Like, no, it's destroyed forever. I'm sorry we didn't tell you, but we just figured you knew. The second one came out, there was no real problems. She did pee on me immediately. And I was just so happy to not be pregnant anymore. I was just like, she's peeing on me. It was like the greatest day ever. Third one was 11 and a half pounds and 23 inches long. Yeah, that's why I pee on myself. But, even with him, though, he just flew out like a greased up butterball. Think about that next Thanksgiving. The fourth one, he just kind of slid out. He was like 15 months after the monster baby, so I was just like got comfortable in bed, and he was just like slithered out. All super chill, stretched. He didn't cry. I was like, he's not crying, is he okay? They're like, yeah, he's fine, he's just chill. And that's what he is, he's just a chill little mushroom. There's a little trouble when kids, like when they're teenagers, like with my son, it's like, obviously you don't let girls stay the night, because he's heterosexual. But my youngest child's pansexual, which means he'll have sex with anybody, so anybody's suspect. Like, who gets to stay the night? I have to draw a line somewhere. So basically I was like, if they have the parts to make a baby with you while I'm taking a nap, they cannot stay the night. He's like, well, Mom, two men can make a baby now. I was like, yeah, in the lab, not while I'm taking a nap. I miss when they were little, and we used to go on family vacations. It was so much fun. When kids are little, you get to be a kid again. It's great. And we came here to Colorado in 2012, and we went up in the mountains, right? There's all these mountain goats. And we were just like pulling over to look at these mountain goats. This nice normal family got out with us in their minivan with their 2 kids and their I Love Jesus stickers, normal people. Me and my ragtag bunch with 2 dogs in a small sedan pile out to look at some goats. We go up there and there's like a baby goat and it's eating, and the lady's like, look, Billy, the mama goat's feeding the baby goat. And just then the daddy goat comes up and just starts fucking the shit out of the mama goat. Little Billy's very confused. So what's the other goat doing? Oh, it's just daddy goat giving her a hug. My 9-year-old says, look, Mom, they're fucking. Heard from some teenagers the week before at the zoo over some camels, so he learned what fucking was, which of course I did not address or have a conversation with him about. I just let it slide, and he didn't know it was bad to yell that. Because I should have talked to him. Talk to your kids, please. I just like to think, though, that little Billy, like the next holiday, little Billy's sitting on Grandma's lap and he sees Mom and Dad hug in the corner. He's like, look, Grandma, they're fucking! My name's Helen Reicher, guys. Thank you very much.